Everyone here? All right.
Alright, howdy, my name is Ryan Armstrong, and I'll be discussing 3 things I would tell an employer that I'm interviewing with. My philosophy in life is that if we make up our mind on what we're going to do for the rest of our lives, then work hard towards that goal, we never lose. Somehow we win out. That's a quote, famous quote by Ronald Reagan. For this speech, I used a couple of different sources. I used finestquotes.com, inspirationalquotes.info, brandyquotes.com for the last 2. I do not know anyone who's gotten to the top without hard work. That is the recipe. It will not always get you to the top, but it will get you pretty near. That was a famous quote by Margaret Thatcher, and kind of a motto that I've lived my life by. The first thing I'd like to before I get into any more details, I'm going to be discussing my capstone project, my internship experience while I was in school, and experience owning my own business over the years. So at A&M, to graduate engineering, we have to complete a capstone project, which is a year-long sequence. The first semester being the planning semester, and the second semester being the execution semester. We're required to go out with a team that we make ourselves and find a sponsor for a project that puts up a sum of $5,000 to help fund the project itself. And I was the project manager for that project. I interfaced with vendors, professors, and professionals, and then eventually with my teammates after all the decisions were made. It taught me coordination of schedules when different parties were involved with different timetables. And the interesting thing about this is that it's almost treated like a job once you're expected to work a 30 to 40 hour work week, which that also in turn taught me time management since I was also working 2 other jobs at the time. In order to complete the project, we spent over 4,000 man-hours between me and my 4-person group, and we generated that over about 2 semesters. And when we completed, it showed us that all the stuff that we can actually accomplish coming out of A&M engineering, especially with a year-long capstone project like we did. Famous man named Obed said, I attempt an arduous task, but there is no worth in which that is not a difficult achievement. In regards to my internship experience, my first internship was at Consolidated Communications. I was able to integrate rapidly into their corporate structure and was able to get a major project for the company that spanned company-wide by the end of my internship there. The project ended up yielding a cost savings in the tens of thousands of dollars and was expected to yield even more in subsequent years, just by the work I was able to accomplish in that short time. My second internship was at Lockard & White, which is a small telecommunications engineering firm based out of College Station. And during my time there, I got to work with large companies and vendors such as Sprint, doing drive test verification for radio systems and microwave systems. I was also on a team that helped to implement a 2-way radio system that covered the entire state of New York. I also worked with government agencies to ensure compliance with all the regulatory issues they were facing. And then also while I was working at Lockard & White, I was able to do that while doing my capstone project as well. That was my other major job. And I gained valuable management experience just from the project and from Lockard & White itself. And I got a lot of project experience from working with the other engineers there. All experience is an arch to build upon, by journalist Henry B. Adams. My third thing that I wanted to focus on today was owning my own business. Whenever I was 18, I had worked at a company called CompUSA, and while working there, I would assist customers with picking out networking equipment and building computers and that kind of stuff. And they eventually would come back because they didn't know how to install it, or the instructions were too vague, or they were just old. So they would actually come to me and have me do house calls for them. And I would go over there and do anything from troubleshoot a computer to put a wireless networking system in for them. After that, I'm going through the DBA process, doing business as process, and that's an attempt to make my business official since I've been doing it for quite a few years now. And I've learned organizational tactics to keep track of all my customers and then continue serving for their needs. A summary of that this presentation has helped you learn a little bit about my capstone experience, my internship experience, and my business ownership experience. And for a final remark, With careful planning and flawless execution, you can accomplish any goal you've set for yourself.